Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Three Men, One Hun. Today, I am James Harmon, and alongside me is Kieran Doyle of Wiltshire,
Hi.
Lord Buckland of the South East,
Good day.
and Naomi, Queen of the North.
What?
And sorry.
What up? Oh,
Two of us.
Buckland looks great today. I don't think I say
Yeah.
it enough to him. He's looking delicious. Looks like he could go with a bit of barbecue sauce.
I agree, definitely.
What's on your sauce, Saucy?
We are here to talk about the 2021 Rome EPrix Formulary raced on the streets of Rome for the third and fourth rounds of the 2020-2021 championship. And the track layout had quite a few changes to this weekend, but the track layout was still good. Right. First impressions before we talk about the racing. Did you all watch it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Torture. That's what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, totally. Really good race.
Yeah.
It's a shame they both started under safety car though.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
okay.
weird. That was weird for me. I was like, oh, what's going
Yeah.
on here?
I'll get on to that.
Why safety car? Well, that's weird.
First of all, I'm going to talk about something that happened in practice. There was a massive crash in practice, and basically, I don't know if any of you saw it, but basically, one of the drivers forgot that the cars were doing practice starts, and he came round the corner onto the start line and smashed into two other cars, which ruined their
Mm.
qualifying session. Let's say.
So what happened to them? Did they get a penalty for that? Because I didn't see that.
They had to start in the pit lane and
Right.
got 6 penalty points.
Yeah,
on their license.
that's a lot. Damn.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and the thing is, the guy Oliver Turvey, he's the cleanest driver in
Yeah, he
Formulary.
is. I've watched Oliver Turney throughout his career. It's not something he would do. No.
No, and well, I really feel sorry for him because he's an absolutely lovely guy,
Yeah.
and he would never do anything like that. But yeah, so I think it was a big shock for him as well as everything that went on. Now,
Yeah.
talking about qualifying for race 1, I'd have to say that was the best qualifying I ever watched in the 72 races at that point of Formulary, purely because the way the drivers were driving around the track, and you were punished if you made a mistake, but if you completed the lap by flirting with the walls without a problem, you were rewarded big time. Oliver Rowland looked set to get the pole until he hit the wall at the final corner, but still got third. And Stoffel Van Dorn for the Mercedes EQ Formulary team was on pole position for round 3 of the season in Rome. We are about to talk about the race. And as these lot have already mentioned that the race started under safety car. The start line is different to the finish line, and I think the last bit of it is round a corner. And where the start line was, I think it also accumulates naturally a lot of water.
Okay.
So I don't think it would have been safe at that particular point. I think with the track changes and everything, they never started the race from there. And I think I personally don't think that was the best place to start the race.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, the safety car start was kind of necessary, although I still believe Formulary drivers are some of the best drivers in the world. So I think I don't know, but yeah.
They've
so
come up through lower series. They should know how to handle different conditions, and they've driven those cars quite a lot as it is. And some of those guys who are up near the front, who would basically be leading the way, should know how to drive in the wet by now. They've done at least a season. So it was a bit odd that they felt that they couldn't be trusted almost, or that they felt it was unsafe. They're nicely packed into those cars. They shouldn't be in any real massive danger.
There were some massive crashes at that start line over the weekend. But anyway, we started under the safety car, and Stoffel Van Dorn got away at the start, and it was all classic Formulary, very exciting. And then as soon as they got to the start line, Andre Lotterer dive bombed, and Stoffel Van Dorn and Andre Lotterer came together. So that was a bit of a talking point.
Yeah.
Andre Lotterer got a 5-second penalty for that, whilst Stoffel managed. To be honest, they both recovered very quickly. However, people were saying it was just a racing incident. What was your take on that? If you've seen the incident,
I think Lotterer did deserve the penalty.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He did send it a little bit. It was a bit reckless for lap one. I know it matters getting track position early, but still.
Yeah, they should know better.
Hanging behind Van Dorn and saving energy or something, but he felt like he should just send it. It's a bit reckless.
Yeah. Well, also people are saying that Stoffel could have seen that coming, just thought of bigger game and just let him go without coming across him. But
no, I don't
anyway,
think he had a
choice
in
driver
that.
would never do that.
No.
Yeah. Either way, Stoffel was taken out of victory contention.
Yeah.
And so yeah, Lotterer also
What the hell
was out of
did you
contention.
just What did you just
What the hell did you Bugland? What the hell, man?
What happened?
Just a liability. He just
Yeah,
bashed his
just
hand, I
don't
think.
know.
He just went like that. What are you
He's
doing?
like,
Yeah, like, Mamma mia.
I thought he was really angry as well, like, damn him!
Angry Italian.
I knocked like 5 things on the floor.
So instead of spilling his drink, he spilled everything else.
Yeah, basically.
Roland took the lead of the EPrix, but then he had a penalty for energy overuse. That gave him a drive-through penalty. So
I don't get that. I still don't get that penalty. I'm just going to mention I don't understand why it's so severe when it's a momentary overpower of a couple of kilowatts. I don't know what significance that has in the context of the race. Why isn't it, if it's overpowered for several seconds, then it's a penalty? But when it's a momentary blip and then they get a drive-through, I think that's crazy.
Well, but I can understand that, but there are 23 other cars out there applying to the same rules.
Yeah.
And if they ain't got that power, I know it's harsh completely. I agree, but there are 23 other cars driving to the same piece of track to the same piece of rules.
Yeah.
And
I think it would just be if it's momentarily, then just maybe a 5-second penalty would be enough to say, okay, you've done wrong, don't do that again. It would be enough. I think a drive-through for that little a time was just a bit harsh. I did feel for him, I really did. I'm not gonna lie, it was quite harsh, the penalty.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I totally agree. Jev and Di Grazia were having a good fight, and Bird was making some brilliant moves.
Oh yeah, as always, Bird is stand out for me. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
He's the best overtaker in Formulary, in my opinion.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Di Grazia did apparently hit Robin Frimes as well, which Robin wasn't very happy because these two have history with hitting each other.
It's interesting seeing the strategy on use of attack mode.
Yeah.
Because Di Grazia was taking it early, trying to get the undercut, but then was stuck in traffic, I think, and it gave Vern the advantage, I think, and there was just little safety cars here and there. No, yellow flags. Full course yellows that were making it difficult for Di Grazia to get that advantage back, I think. I don't know if that was race 2, but it was coming up both races with this.
That was definitely race 2.
Right. It happened in race 1, though, where Vern got the advantage because Di Grazia went early, but Vern was able to run in clean air for a bit.
But sometimes you don't actually want to be the leader in Formulary because of the slipstream. It helps you save energy.
Yeah.
So, like, it would help you save fuel in a Formula 1 race.
Yeah.
So you kind of don't want to be leading at some points, but yeah, it was a good battle for the win. And then it looked like with a few minutes to go, Di Grazia was going to take that win, his first win for 2 years. Then his drive shaft failed at the worst possible time.
Yeah.
He was unsighted. a few cars managed to get past, but then Stoffel Van Dorn hit that bump, lost the rear end, and then his teammate Nick de Vries just sent him into the wall, and both Mercedes were out, as well as de Grazzi, and that caused the race to be ending under the safety car. But John-Eric Verne, on DS Cheetah's new car's first EPrix, because they were using last year's car for the first two races, so it was their first it was their first race with their brand new powertrain, and the car won on its debut.
It's a shame for the Mercedes.
They're a lot better than teams, they're competitive for most of it.
Yeah,
putting de Grazzi under real pressure, actually.
Yeah, Jaguar got their first ever double podium with second and third for Sam Bird and Mitch Evans.
Yeah,
Sam Bird's moved from my favourite team, Envision Virgin Racing, to Jaguar this season, so I'm quite happy for him, but I'm also a little bit gutted because I wish it was for Virgin, but
that's a big driver to lose.
Yeah,
definitely a massive gain for Jag. 100%.
Yeah, must have paid really good money for him. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I wonder how they
James.
must have enticed him away.
Well, also the fact that Jaguar is a factory team.
Yeah,
and that Envision Virgin Racing is a customer team of Audi. And what happens if you're a factory team? You get 12 days more testing. Whereas if you're a customer team, you get 12 days less testing.
Wow.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I didn't know that.
It makes perfect. Well,
they've got to test the engines and the cars and whatnot, haven't they? They've got more to do, I guess.
Well, I'll tell you why that is. It's because I think it's to stop a team that's obviously got running a powertrain in two teams from gaining an advantage. If you think about it, so the Audi have a factory team and that they have Envision. If both the teams had full days of testing, people would argue that really at the Audi powertrain has had more days of testing than...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, they're almost doubling their testing, but...
Yeah, but it is a bit harsh.
So that kind of, in a way, makes it difficult for customer teams to come into Formulary, then I imagine.
That very does. That very much does.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
they won't go to all that expense if they don't get the same amount of testing time as their rivals.
No, well, the only two teams are customer teams now, which is Envision Virgin Racing and Venturi.
Yeah.
Who have the Mercedes powertrain. Although, to be fair, I think Mercedes and Venturi have a close relationship, so they divide the testing between them.
Oh, that's
so
good.
I think Mercedes does like so and so days, and then Venturi does so and so days as well. Whereas I think Audi do most of the testing for the I could be talking absolute shit, but yeah.
Hello.
expert, though.
This is total shit. We've got no idea. Just watch us. We have no idea.
Winging it every week. Just winging it.
Sorry, guys.
It's not been recording.
Oh my fucking god. Oh.
Well, my arse has gone numb. I can say that now. Oh, fuck!
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry. It's not been recording.
Oh my god.
I stopped it, didn't I? And I stopped it because I went, I've not.
I can happily do that again. Talk about it again.
No, I'm just joking.
Oh my fucking...
I did performing arts too. I got an A in performing arts. I'm going to use it some more.
What a joke.
What a joke. Kieran?
It's funny to see a Mercedes double DNF again.
Yes.
Bane 2016 vibes.
Yeah, literally, that's what I was thinking.
Oh my god.
Just crashed into his teammate.
It was a bloody manhole cover again, wasn't it? It was a manhole cover that Van Dorn hit, I think, and then De Vries punted him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a shame.
So who do you think is driver of race 1?
Wait.
Sam Birdie.
Yeah, I have to say Sam Bird.
Yeah, Mr. Bird.
Agreed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very good.
All-round performance. Yep. As usual.
Well, I'm not surprised. And I just have to say also, it was a class move from Jaguar not to celebrate on the podium for the death of Prince Philip.
Yeah.
So that spoke volumes to me.
Yeah.
So well done to Jaguar for that as well. Now we move on to race 2. Okay, so first of all, we had wet qualifying, which meant that we had an all-rookie front row.
Scenes.
I know, that was good to be honest, because it gave something to the rookies, didn't it? A chance for them. And it's amazing to see rookies do well in the wet as well. Very impressive.
Yeah. And I also have to say people say, oh, Formulary cars look easy to drive. Some of the driving of those cars in the wet, how they kept it in a straight line,
No.
I don't know. I hope that earned some more respect for Formulary in people's books, because
when I watch the races, you can see the cars look very tail happy.
They also don't have power steering.
No power steering.
Seriously, I thought they had that at least.
No, you can tell.
Because they're electric motors, they deliver instant torque as well. I mean, F1 cars deliver torque really quick, but the Formulary cars are instant. I mean, in slightly damp conditions, they're just going to slip on the surface because they're basically street tyres, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just going to get understeer and oversteer all together.
They're not slick tyres.
No.
They don't get hot enough either. It's only on the street, so they're not hitting the temperatures that F1 cars do.
No,
so it's a totally different ballgame.
Yeah.
So Norman Natto was fastest in the group stages, which earned him his first ever points. And then Nick Cassidy, the guy who replaced Sam Bird at Envision Virgin Racing, and 2019 Super Formula champion and 2017 Super GT champion, got pole position and scored his first points with that pole position.
Yay, well done.
So we had an all rookie front row. Unfortunately, we did have another safety car start.
Mm-hmm.
However, as soon as the safety car in, the drama delivered straight away, and the heartbreak for me happened as Nick Cassidy went into turn 3, and I think there was a software issue, and he basically lost it from the lead and went spinning. But to be fair to him, he remained in the top 10 and was actually making up a lot of positions. I still thought he had a chance for at least a podium.
Yeah.
Until he got hit.
Yeah.
I have to say, I wasn't impressed with Roland at that point.
No.
And he did get a 10-second time penalty for that. And unfortunately, Nick's amazing race was gone. Norman Natto then took the lead. So we had one rookie leading and then the other rookie leading until he got overtaken by Pascal Wehrlein in the Porsche. And then Stoffel Van Dorn in the Mercedes also got involved. The attack mode was very interesting because Van Dorn chose to took his early, and then Pascal Wehrlein took his attack mode. But then at that point, there was a full course yellow, which meant that Pascal couldn't take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
So Stoffel Van Dorn basically undercut Pascal Wehrlein and took the lead. So it was very interesting at that point.
Yeah, I think Natto was going to struggle to hold on to the lead there with his lack of experience, especially in the challenging conditions, to be honest. Wehrlein and Van Dorn were favourites to take that position. And then they were squabbling and making use of the attack mode strategy to full effect, really.
So what do you think of attack mode?
I like it.
Yeah?
Because they can't pit stop now, can they?
No.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to have some form of strategy during the race that spices up the racing and something they got to think about. Something for the teams to think about.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit better and fairer than DRS, personally.
Yeah, well, I'm not really a fan of DRS because I don't think it's a fair kind of advantage in a way. It's always, I mean, that's another subject, but I do think it makes more sense the way Formulary does it. I think
Yeah.
I like how they go off the run round like the corner to get it and then come back. That's so much more interesting that how they have to activate it than a button. Like, it makes for better action because he puts them straight back in with people, and then also, you get to see some racing. Yeah, definitely.
And then also, as while we're on the talking about attack mode, one of the drivers, Maximilian Gunter for the BMW I Andretti Motorsport team, he went to take attack mode but missed it, and so he basically went offline for no reason and lost position. So there is a risk as well. You might not get it.
Yeah, there's definitely a risk, and then that adds to more excitement, which is the point of it, really. It's the point that they have that, is to make the racing more interesting.
And it's good to see, like, the cars on different strategies and everything, and how you use that.
Yeah.
So then Van Dorn was getting quite far ahead, so he thought, I've got time to take another one, so I can just neutralise the threat from behind by getting one of them out of the way.
Yeah.
So it made sense. He just thought, well, I can take it and then get the advantage and make up that gap again anyway and clear it. The guys behind had a bit more of a problem with that because they had to, like in a pit stop, you've got to make sure you're not coming out in traffic.
Yeah.
So if you've got a gap, you make use of it, unless cars behind follow you in. So it was like a mini pit stop, but it gives you a boost after.
Yeah, and it's not also like decided by it either. The race isn't decided by it, and that's something that we see in Formula One all of the time. Pit stop strategy decides a race outcome. That's for another story, but it's nice to see that, you know, there's risk with it, but there's also a chance of you doing better and catching up. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Risk and reward.
Yeah, risk and reward. Yeah.
And the thing is, you have to use the attack modes as well. You have to use them. If you don't, you get a penalty. So
I think Lynn and another driver suffered that because the late safety car meant they couldn't take it. I don't think.
Yeah.
Lynn, Frimes, and Cassidy. So both my Envision drivers had penalties.
Oh my god.
So I just want to mention first safety car period because I completely forgot. Robin Frimes, I don't know what happened, but he didn't keep within 10 safety car lengths or something, and there was like a 10-second gap at the safety car.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that was about, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the TV, so they were saying Frimes is backing up the pack, but there was nothing on the cameras about where he was or how the car was behaving.
Yeah.
If there was an issue in the car or something, or whether he was doing it deliberately.
Well, he got a penalty for it anyway. He wouldn't.
Yeah, it's a slam dunk. He's holding up the pack for whatever reason that is. He could have pulled over if it was a mechanical issue. So.
Yeah. I don't know if any of you saw it, but there was a major restart from Alexander Sims on the back of Pascal Verlaine, and he took second place. So
he was napping.
He was napping. Pascal. And Alexander Sims, he took full advantage. He didn't need a second invitation. He just went for it. And that is something I love to see. Drivers who are on the ball.
Yeah.
And it's not the first time he's done that either, I don't think. He's on the ball.
No, he is one of those drivers that is fully on it.
Well, about the cause of it was Degrassi that hit the wall.
Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, so basically... If you don't follow Formulary as much as I do, Buemi and Degrassi have had a rivalry since season 2 because they fought for the championship and had a Senna-Prost collision in the final race. Buemi and Degrassi ain't been friends since. The problem is they didn't show enough footage of it, so I can't really have an opinion, but it looks like Degrassi and Buemi came together again, and Buemi's car speared Degrassi into the wall, which was the reason for that full course yellow.
Yeah.
And it was at our favourite point again, at that start line where he crashed, where his car broke yesterday.
Like a modern Senna Prost.
It is.
Formulary, really.
Yeah.
Same nationalities as well.
No,
it's not. No,
is it not?
It's not. Buemi Swiss.
Right.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, Buemi is Swiss.
Yeah,
my mistake. Yeah, he is Swiss. My mistake.
Oh.
I didn't mind he was French.
Yeah, I thought he was French.
No, he's Swiss.
With a name like Sebastian Buemi, it does come across as that, but he is. Yeah, you're right. He's Swiss.
It's the French part of Switzerland.
Was he?
Well,
was he
that's
Swiss
sort of then.
for F1? I thought he.
Yeah.
I thought he was under the French flag.
I think you're getting confused with Sebastian Bourdais, who was his teammate.
Possibly, yeah, maybe. There we go.
You know, he's from the French part of Switzerland.
Yeah,
that
we
counts.
kind of had it right.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did, Buckle and Shot. You don't speak in these films.
Completely wrong. Completely wrong. Completely wrong.
Quiet.
What do you have to say, Mr. Chicken?
And then, basically, in the last few laps, after another safety car period, there was a collision on the final lap, a huge one between Nick de Vries, Sam Bird, and Oliver Rowland. De Vries went to try and make a move on Bird. It looked like he either lost the car, or apparently it was an issue with the car, according.
Didn't he just smash into him?
He hit Bird, and then Bird hit into Rowland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was totally De Vries' fault.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. And
He just messed it up big time. I don't know. He looked at it. He was just sat in the car for ages afterwards.
I've got to ask.
He didn't want to show his face, but it's awful. Yeah.
I've got to ask this question because it's just something that I can't quite get my head around, and maybe I just need to read the rules. But is contact allowed in Formulary? Because they all like to touch each other quite a lot. There's a lot of contact. There's a lot. Like, there are some moves like that one in question that was just like, oh my God, what are you doing? Contact has to be allowed if he was going to go for that. Surely.
Nah. Contact is not really allowed.
Racing is a non-contact sport.
Am I watching Rally?
Rallycross is allowed, yeah.
What am I doing? Where am I?
Street cross.
Yeah, I have to say as much as I'm biggest Formulary fan, I do believe these drivers are some of the best drivers in the world outside of Formula One. I do have to say there was a bit of contact, and I did feel it was a bit too much. And of course, we want exciting, close, amazing racing. I think Formulary has become a victim of itself in a way, because every single driver knows they have a chance to win.
Yeah. And
they want to go for a move. Whereas F1, if you like in a Racing Point or whatever, oh wait, it's Aston Martin now. But you think, okay, this is the best I can do. The Mercedes, the Red Bulls and Ferraris and McLarens are up front. I'll just sit in behind and finish the race. In Formulary, everyone has a chance to win till that very last second. So I can understand why he went for it, but it wasn't brilliant.
In all fairness, it's good to see that in racing, that everyone has an opportunity and everyone can go for a move and goes for it, because that's what we lack in certain motorsports, like Formula One.
F1.
Yeah, they don't go for moves, or they sit behind and wait for a pit stop and then go for it. You know, I did enjoy watching Formulary because it is a good sport. You can look shocked. I did enjoy it. Thank you very much. But I have to say, I do think they need to clean up on their driving a little bit.
Yes.
Some of them.
Well,
nothing short of entertainment.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
It was entertaining, and that's good.
Yeah.
I'm not criticizing that, but I was a bit worried about how people if that was their first ever Formula E race, and I'm thinking, well, this is just not racing, because I've had so many comments about that, and it disheartens me. It never used to be this bad in the Gen 1. The problem is the Gen 2 car is very, very strong and all that. So I think they can get away with it a little bit. But
I think Rene Rast would disagree with you.
Oh, yes! Poor Rene Rast. 3-time DTM champion. He's not having much luck in Formula E at the moment. No. He hit the wall. His rear wheel came off. Yeah, that's it.
Broke the wishbone.
Yeah.
And it just slid out. He just had no control.
No.
No. It was a passenger.
Yeah. Certain areas of the car you can hit, but others you can't.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still look really like strong cars, but then if they go over something that's a bit too bumpy, they look so flimsy.
Just all the bodywork flaps about on the front of the tyre.
Well, the thing is, if you have a Formula One race, you have to make sure that all the track's nice and smooth and everything.
Yeah.
And it's probably all done to grade 1 FIA standards, and they have all the slick tyres and everything. Formulary, you literally just turn up on the streets and race.
Yeah.
So
plug and play, aren't they?
Yeah.
Literally plug in.
That's actually got to be the slogan now, hasn't it? For Formulary, plug and play.
You are welcome, Formulary. Plug and play. You're welcome.
New marketing manager, just give me a call.
Yeah.
This is electrifying.
For God's sake.
Better. The amount of times I've heard
cut. Oh god, you have to lower the tone.
The amount of times I've heard that throughout the 7 years of Formula E is
Look, I watched season 1 and I watched that race, and even I was bored of that comment you just made. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Stoffel Van Dorn got the win he deserved yesterday, quite frankly, and even he said it. So
redemption.
He's my
redemption.
Yeah. So who is your driver of the day? Well, I'm gonna start first. I have two. I have Stoffel Van Dorn from getting the win he frankly deserved yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also gonna have Antonio Felix da Costa as well.
Are you sure?
Because he made. Yeah, I'm very sure.
It's funny you mentioned Felix da Costa.
So he made it up to P7 from about P15 on the grid. And he got well-deserved points, so I'm very happy for Antonio.
Well done.
Like a champ.
Yes.
So, any of you got any drivers of the day?
Oh, my boy Van Dorn. Absolutely nailed it. It won like 5 seconds ahead or something. No, no, it wasn't because of the safety car, but still, he drove dominantly.
Yeah.
So. Oh, it's got to be Van Dorn then, all the way.
Sorry, try that again. I was talking over you.
Yeah, can we give
Buckland
a chance?
Van Dorn.
It's getting in a huff now.
Sorry, Buckland. Would you like to speak?
It was Van Dorn.
What?
Van Dorn.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
I'm not sure whether he's happy or not because because Stoffel drove for McLaren.
They treated him.
He's allowed to leave. He got fired. It's different.
Yeah, but he was treated disgustingly.
Yeah,
he had to put up with Alonso, so it's fine.
He deserves that Mercedes.
To go win somewhere.
He deserves a Mercedes in F1.
Yeah, he does. Seriously, he is good. Naomi?
I'm going to go for Antonio Felix da Costa because that drive was amazing. From P15 to P7, I think he did a very good job. Well done. Very good.
Right. Before we close this off, Norman Natto, also I want to give a mention to him. He did get third on the road on only his fourth race, but then he got disqualified for using too much energy.
Gutted.
Yeah.
Like Susie Wolf was gutted. She was like jumping around the garage, hugging everyone after that.
Yeah.
And then they find out there's a penalty. Oh.
Yeah,
God.
it was literally just. Apparently, it was extremely tight, but the rules were rules, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it is such a shame for Norman because he is a very impressive rookie. He's really impressed me.
Yeah.
This season, I did know who he was, but I wondered what he was going to be like. I wasn't sure how he was going to be compared to Cassidy and Dennis, who I also rate very highly.
Yeah.
But he's only gone and proven that he is the dog's bollocks, basically, and he
very apt description.
He's proven that he's He's very competitive, and I think there's more to come from Norman Natto.
I agree. He stood out across the weekend, actually.
Yeah.
So he was punching above his weight against more experienced opposition. So keep an eye on him.
Yeah, definitely. So championship standings it's a Jaguar 1-2 in the championship with Sam Birds leading from Mitch Evans and Robin Frimes. Even though he didn't feature much in the weekend itself, he did get he is still third in the championship. He did get P4 in race 1. Unfortunately, nothing for race 2.
Buckland is such a knob.
He makes stupid noises.
And in the teams championship, Jaguar lead from Mercedes and Diesta Cheetah. So yeah, Valencia is in 2 weeks, and I'd like to do a little bit of a prediction. Do you think we'll have another different winner this season? Because at the moment we've had 4 different winners from 4 races.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
The fact we've already had 4 different winners means there will be another
Oh
one.
my God, Kieran, you just spoke over Buckland again.
Right.
Oh, for God's sake.
He has lag. Wait for him.
Buckland, I'm going to make this a question to
All
you. Buckland, a question to you, and you answer it only.
Oh, fuck.
One, do you think there'll be a different winner? And if so, is there anyone you think who you think hasn't won the race will win?
Yeah.
Go on, then.
Definitely. Totally. I reckon Verline will win a race.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Either of you two, Naomi or Kieran, got any predictions of who might win Valencia?
Let me look over my names.
Hey, stop scrolling through the results. See who's got a podium, Naomi.
Oh,
That's not a very good thing to do.
I think there'll be a different winner, and I think it will be Buemi.
Oh, interesting. Well, Nissan haven't got their new car yet until after Valencia, so it's a bit of a risk, but you never know.
I'm screwed, basically.
And no, you might not. Ollie Rowland showed pace in Rome, so
yeah, I know what
Kieran?
I'm talking about.
Well, Sims is no slouch, is he? I think he could get one.
I think so too. And I'm going to go for Antonio Felix da Costa. Because he's not won a race yet.
No.
Yeah.
You should.
You remember him now.
Or either of the 2 Envision cars, because they've been so close. Either Nick Cassidy or Robin Frimes.
Yeah, that's fair. You don't accidentally get a pole, so I think he's got enough pace.
So before we go and talk about next week, just want to quick mention why 3 of us are wearing red. We're using this to support Autism Acceptance Month. So I'd like to thank both Naomi and Kieran for wearing red, and for Buckland for wearing his red top that's apparently the camera's making navy.
The camera man, I'm telling you. Look at that, it's red. See?
His camera's worse than mine.
So yeah, as I'm autistic, this means a lot to me, so thank you so much. And next week we are discussing the Formula 1 race at Imola. We are discussing the MotoGP race at Portimao. And we'll have a quick mention about IndyCar as well. So thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.